Hi there, my name is Sheila Beck, and you are Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And if you have already rung the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop, you're gonna be really happy. You're gonna be really happy. This is funny. I find it funny. I've been laughing about it. I know, basically non-stop since this happened. I've been a naughty boy, okay? And that's the truth is I've been a naughty boy. I've riled up the Twitter psychos who profess to be super fans of the Jodie Whittaker era of Doctor Who. I've riled them up. But, honestly, I didn't think they'll take the bait. And what I did was so obviously bait for them. So obviously, I really genuinely didn't think they would take. I thought they would understand that and not take the bait. No, not at all. They couldn't. I guess they have no capacity for not taking the bait because they have no self-control whatsoever. They have zero self-control. And my fundamental premise that we're going to be going over in this video is they have no self-control because self-control is a virtue, and virtues you can only come by through, I believe, through some form of adversity, right? Some form of adversity makes you better, ultimately speaking. So this whole generation of these clump of insane Twitter psycho baby children have never faced any adversity. They're the generations that got participation trophies. Remember that in the 2000s, you first heard about participation trophies, you went, what? Well, that's stupid. We got to teach children to have the ability to lose and have the ability to be wrong. If not, we're just going to make an entire generation of sociopaths. 20 years later, we have an entire generation of sociopaths as a result of their terrible, terrible parenting. Listen, just basic, this little parenting piece of advice. Thank God I have many children. All of them are fantastic. I mean, really, all of them, they're all doing different things in life. They've all gone in their own direction, which is great, which is what children should be doing. Look, if your kid does exactly the same thing as you, other than validating yourself, that's nice. But I really get much happier when my kids go and do something totally different, right? Totally different from what I would think, and be their own person, right? So a real important thing about parenting is that you're not your child's friend. You should be friendly with them and you should like them and have cordial relations, but you're not their friend. You are their parent. You're the person who instills values in them. And that often requires punishment, or consequences. They're you live a life without consequence, and you end up a moron, a sociopath moron, as we are about to completely prove with no self-control whatsoever. Before we get into it, can you click the like button? Because let's face. Oh, by the way, they're definitely watching this video. 120% they're watching this video. They have no self-control. It's hilarious. Oh my! So they're definitely watching this video. They went back through a bunch of videos to get clips of me so they can because they're morons with no self-control. So even you guys, hit the like button. I don't care if you don't like it. You hit the like. I don't mind if you're lying. Hit the like button anyway. That will show me. Hit the like button because you'll lie to me. Yeah, and then you'll own me. Hit the share button. Everybody should know my heresies, right? Everybody should know the evil depth of my heresy. Click the share button. Mostly click the subscribe button now. If you're one of the crazers, you're not going to want to miss one of my videos. Who knows what I could say next? I'm going to a virtual Doctor Who magazine convention tonight, where they have some of the old school people from Doctor Who magazine talking. That's I guess I'll be reporting on that tomorrow. But you're not gonna want to miss any of my utter heresies. I'll give you another one. Generally speaking, I think if you have a penis, you're generally considered male. I hear them screaming already. It doesn't take much to set them off. Generally speaking, if you menstruate, you're probably not male. That's just the science for you, baby. You believe whatever you want to. You want to see the Earth's flat? I have no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. So like, share, hit the subscribe button. That's freaking awesome. If you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube does not like my channel growing, right? YouTube does not like it growing. Every time I get another 5 subscribers, they go, let's take off those 5. So if you're subscribed, make sure that you're still subscribed. But mostly, if you want to, you want to elate me. Again, if you're one of the crazies watching this, the way to really get me, the way to really get me is to go to Indiegogo, go to the link in the video notes and buy my comic books. I got 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. They're nice, thick tomes. One's like 100 pages long. One's 220. Well, the campaign's going pretty well. I reckon. I hope that that one of them, the Imperium, a love letter to Telly Fantasy of the 1960s, is probably going to be expanded by anything between 5 and 20 pages. You also get 4 art cards, reasonably pervy, reasonably sexualized art cards, which I did specifically because these crazy kids have this utter fear of normative human sexuality, right? They're like, oh no, attractive women being attractive, scantily clad for the male gaze. Oh, it's all bad because they're crazy. They're all crazy. So you get these 4 art cards. We're coming up with a 5th as well. That's probably going to expand to like another 5 in the range, is what I think. So go check it out. Town trying to monetize the channel. Thank you very much for your time, patronage, and consideration. If it's not for you, by the way, if these graphic novels are not for you, if you could share them, that would be fantastic. If you could share the campaign, that is absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. And by the way, if you ever go on to any like comic booky live streams or whatever, and you know anybody there, and you can get me onto other channels to promote it, that's fantastic. That's actually that's really one of the best things you can do. I think, is it better than buying the book? I don't know, because I like money. I like the money, but you decide. Fine, let's look at this story, this wonderful story. It started off yesterday, right? So the toxic fans, which are basically children, right? That they came into fandom recently with the Jodie Whittaker era. I don't think they really like the Jodie Whittaker era so much. I just think they like that she's a woman, that she has a vagina, is a stunning and brave woman. So we had these things called watch-alongs, which are really cool, organized by a woman called Emily Cook, who worked for Doctor Who magazine. I found them like a very, very unifying part of fandom, because fandom had been really torn apart by these crazy toxic kids that have come into fandom, and they just and then they call everybody else toxic, and as well saying, get out, we hate you all. So there was a watch along with of the Unicorn and the Wasp, which I saw last night. Really good episode, much better than I remember. But they couldn't stand that. They couldn't stand it because the writer Gareth Roberts, a gay man, like. You can't make this up. It's so wonderful. Had been cancelled by them because he happened to say in a reasonably comedic tone how trans people sometimes could be a little bit dramatic. Sometimes could be a bit of a drama queen. So his opinions are his own. I think it's a reasonable opinion. Anyway, so they had a meltdown, and so this woman, Emily Cook, stopped doing these watch-alongs. They basically destroyed it. Like they're destroying all of fandom because they're terrible people. So anyway, I thought that, and then they realize they destroyed it. That's the thing. They absolutely know they're the cause of it. And they just had a melt, like a serious meltdown where they couldn't deal with reality at all. So I chose that time to troll them. And they just took the bait. So months ago, I was doing a stream, and I mentioned that it was going through the different people who were the different TARDIS companions, and going through which ones I would like to sleep with, and ones I thought I had a chance with. So I came up to Victoria Waterfield, played by the very beautiful Deborah Watling. The very, very beautiful, very adult Deborah Watling, right? At the time, and I said, okay. You see, if you're not like a pure evil scumbag, which these people are, they have no virtue whatsoever. They're cowards, they're liars, they're stupid. Oh God, they're so stupid. And they got no self-control and apparently no idea where babies come from, which is where we're gonna get to today. So I found let me zoom in a little bit so we can see this in all its wonderful glory. Because firstly, we'll start with the image, right? So I wanted to find a slutty schoolgirl image, right? So a sexualized schoolgirl image. No, that was pretty hard. I had to tell you. I googled slutty schoolgirl, and they're either like super porny. I'm like, just like, whoa, more than I want, or they're not slutty enough. So it took me a while, and I tell you, the research I do for you took me a while. I found the perfect one, and so I wanted to do schoolgirl Victoria making fun of the ridiculous allegation, right? The ridiculous allegation, and again, I thought they would get that this was bait, right? And they would just like no, because they're morons. So we have a schoolgirl Victoria taking off her clothes in a salacious manner, which they hate. They hate sexuality. They hate heterosexual sexuality. Any expression of they call it cis. It's comfortable in your skin. Yeah, that's normal. If you're not cis, you need to see a doctor. You should be comfortable in your skin. That's like a normal state for a human being. So we have a saying here, Rabbi, won't this make the Twitter psychos awfully cross? Yeah, well, so Twitter psychos here are now going to be represented by Angry Jodie Bear. Angry Jodie Bear, who is on this thumbnail too. I love Angry Jodie Bear. Angry Jodie Bear goes, clearly being them, saying, yes, it will! Yeah! They lost it, and so that was, they can't stand having the piss taken out of them. They cannot stand it whatsoever. Then it got worse when they read it. J-Butt Meltdown! They call people like me NMD because somebody once had a hashtag not my doctor, right? I've never used it. I've never used it in my life. But they like to label people because again, they have no good character trait whatsoever. They are everything they say they hate. They are the racists, they are the bigots, they are hateful, again, but because they're pig, ignorant, stupid, they have no idea. They have no idea how terrible they are. So, J-Butt Meltdown. It was a meltdown. So I was reading off some of their tweets, just because they're so funny. They're so insanely funny. Toxic fans and watch-alongs. So they hate accountability, right? They hate it. And they don't want to. So then I thought, let's make it a little bit more crazy. I will talk about Stranded 2. Stranded 2 is a box set of stories from Big Finish. It's the second volume. I don't think I'm going to get the third one. It's essentially very, very, very 2020 Doctor Who. You have Doctor Who is emasculated. He can't time travel, surrounded by stunning and brave superior women. And then his companion, Liv Shenku, comes from a wonderful far future where everybody is both gender, and sexually fluid, right? They come from and so she ends up having a relationship, a sexual relationship with another character called Tanya. Now, Tanya dresses as a woman and identifies as a woman and has a penis, a very, very female penis. I want to be very clear. She's played by a trans person called Rebecca Root, and they talk about it a lot. They go, "Whoa! I can't believe how many people have mentioned that I'm a trans actress." Well, because you talk about it non-stop. Yeah, it gets in every sentence. Okay, so then just to tip it over the edge, to make it, rub it in their face. The erotic adventures of schoolgirl Victoria. See again, their allegation that I was. So they use that as by saying, I wouldn't mind sleeping with that incredibly attractive young woman. My expression of normative heterosexuality, they said, no, that's not normative. You want to rape children. And that's really the allegation that they had, and they ran with it. They ran with it until I pointed out that I'm not the first Jewish person who's been completely disingenuously accused of sexual deviance for the group, for the amusement of a mob. It's a tradition. It is a traditionally racist behavior. That's just factual. They didn't like that. They don't like that, but that seemed to scare them away because, just factually speaking, that's 100% accurate. They to do that is engaging in a traditionally racist behavior. So anyway. I just thought it was so obvious they wouldn't take the bait. Again, because they have no self-control. The reason they have no self-control is because they've never needed to develop any self-control. Because they were brought up with participation trophies. So we're going to look at a represented smattering of Outrage. It is really good. It's really good. Now, I blanked out everybody's name here because... Firstly, don't try and contact anybody anyway, because they are, they are evil people. They are evil, terrible people, and they will take any contact with you as harassment. It doesn't matter that they do exactly the same thing, right? They say, we're just calling out your bad behavior. Why not? Yeah. Well, what we did was call out their bad behavior that destroyed a really quite pleasant part of fandom. They don't like it. They don't like being treated like they treat others. Again, it's just another terrible character trait that these terrible, terrible people have. So I got these mentions on my timeline, and so and here's the thing: because they don't understand. They just think they're right. It's so funny. It's so funny watching children who have no idea about anything get all uptight about things. So the first person said, owning SJWs by being an effing pedo. Yeah, again. So we're going to talk about the allegation. We're going to go into in a minute. And to which another one, the stunning and brave Bill goes, correct. Oh, you're so correct and we're so virtuous and they're so bad and naughty. So over on this hate group, this nutbag hate group, they got off on this so much. They got to have so much faux outrage at their utter idiocy. I'm going to explain to you in a minute. We're going to dissect the allegation, and it's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful to do. Concerning our latest retweet. We have a peep. If you haven't seen it, oh, be careful of your eyes. Hastily photoshopping. No, that took me a while. And quite frankly, let me go back there. That's a good bit of Photoshop. Shut up. That looks like schoolgirl Deborah. Schoolgirl Deborah Ottling is taking off a shirt, and I quite like that. Quite frankly. You just don't like heterosexuality. That's really what it is. Photoshopping a picture of the late Deborah Ottling and revealing schoolgirl costume for clickbait or to own the libs. Who the libs? Are you the libs? Well, I did own you. I mean, look, I have totally owned you through your own stupidity. You should have just ignored it and moved on, morons. But no, it's just plain sickening. What you find sickening is that everybody watching this video is pissing themselves laughing at you. That's what you find sickening, and it's so funny. Imagine if a family saw it. I have, and I think they'll be fine. Because grown-ups, here's the thing, grown-ups don't mind normative human sexuality. In fact, women in general, and I know you don't like to believe there's any difference between men and women, because you're children who have never had sex, okay? You don't want to believe there's any difference between men and women. Women, without being objectified, do like to be considered beautiful, right? Women do like to be considered, generally speaking, like to be considered hot, right? It's not, that's not a bad thing for most women. Most women, again, without necessarily being objectified, most women like to be considered attractive. You are the lowest of the low! And then somebody else comes in, other admin here, wow. Just wow. I'm so sad. This enters a new level of disgusting and is practically sexual harassment. The only person I'm harassing, I think, through this would be psychos on Twitter. And I think I'm talking to one right now, right? Yes, it's Twitter psychos. YouTube really needs to take action on this. Well, what for? Again, what's the actual charge? So then this other guy comes in and he does what they always do. He hate watched another one of my videos, a review of It's a Sin. and then completely disingenuously picked out a clip to say I'm saying the opposite of what I was saying. I mean, it's 2021, and his review of It's the Sin admits he believes AIDS was sent by God to kill gay people. Actually, no. If you actually watch the video, you will see I went to great pains to say to not say that. In fact, I also went on to explain that if you believe God is infinite, right, and that nobody has to subscribe to this belief system. If you believe God is infinite, then nothing is detached from God. A cold is a plague, and I said it wasn't sent against gay people. I said it was sent against. It seemed to attack people engaging in a particularly promiscuous lifestyle and put an end to that particularly promiscuous lifestyle. Now, if you believe in God, that all kind of makes sense. If you don't believe in God, dumb luck. But again, it's what they do. They disingenuously reframe what you do, and they lie, because once again, these are terrible children who have never, ever had any adversity in their lives. So now we're going to get into the allegation. Okay, because this comes from this really big YouTuber, right? He's got like 20,000 subscribers. And this is called punching down, right? This isn't consequence culture. This is you punching at somebody who you think it's safe to punch. Hasn't really worked out that well for you, has it, Mr. TARDIS? I'm not going to say his full name, Mr. Fluffy. I don't normally advocate for this type of direct action. Actually, you do. You do normally advocate that, and you're a liar and you're a racist. Now, let me say why I believe those things to be true. I caught you lying. You told me, you said from behind a block because you're a coward. Again, no good character trait, right? Behind a block, you said that I have white supremacists on the channel. I asked you to substantiate that. Strangely enough, you were a little bit quiet, weren't you? So I think you were lying. You're a liar, aren't you? And I think he's a racist because he's really into Jeremy Corbyn, who is a racist. And again, that's the European was it Human Rights Commission? I don't know. And if everybody said, oh yeah, he's a racist, and he was a big flag, but they all are. All his ilk don't like Jews, right? That's where they're trapped. They're doing traditionally anti-Semitic behavior, and they were part of a political movement that was the most anti-Semitic movement in my lifetime, right? So, look, what's that emoji they like to? Yeah, looks a bit bad for you guys, doesn't it? I know this way, but if anybody went to timestamp 2124, again, you have done a lot of work on this, mate. You've done a lot of work. I wonder if I got inside your head. I tell you, I'm enjoying living in this rent-free apartment inside your head. And hit report and use sexual content with content involving minors. Okay, section, then I would support that action. Let's finish his point and then let's go into the allegation. Okay. Do not comment on the video. Don't hit the like button, or dislike. I love it when you hit the dislike, because that just means the video does better. Do not engage directly with the creator, because the creator might actually just have a conversation with you, and you might end up looking like a moron. That could happen. Yes, we'll report and give the reasons that the erotic schoolgirl in question is based on an underage girl, and move on. Okay. Enjoying or creating adult erotic fiction is fine. I don't think you think that. Again, look how you're clutching your pearls. I don't think you think that. I think you're okay with it when people on your political side of the aisle do it, but you're a disingenuous, hateful, lying racist who doesn't really like Jews. I think you're being a little bit disingenuous there. However, there's a lot of sick elements at play here. One, the character is a nightmare! I don't think she's ever gone and dug up coal, right? Is that what you're talking about? I don't think that ever happened. The prior context is where he said he was attracted to her vulnerability and could take advantage. Yes, it's called a grown-up. Yes, I don't want to rape children. Most normal people know that going in. You're not a normal person, Mr. Fluffy, are you, Mr. Don't they look like angry Jodie bears? They're all like these fluffy, pudgy little guys who are 12. I mean, I want to say one of the people who were like most of the people who were so outraged about this episode of Doctor Who being shown, Unicorn and Wasp, were 8 when it came out. Okay, so yeah, that's the level of world knowledge there. So no permission from actor in question. Oh, that is true. That's true. Regardless of opinion's perspective, no, I think that's actually quite well. We're going to any of that 3 factors would be here pretty insidious and gross, creepy behavior. So let's go and look at this allegation, shall we? So which one of these people in this picture are you saying is the minor, right? Who is it? We have Tom Baker. He's in his late 80s. We have this amalgam. So this amalgam, I Googled, what was it? Slutty Schoolgirl. Slutty Schoolgirl. And this is not the same image, but it's from the same series of images. And it's this young lady here. Her name is, Aletta Ocean, right? Aletta Ocean. Aletta, you're a very, very beautiful woman. You should really keep your clothes on a little bit more, Lizzie. You really, I mean, like, again, I'm not big into, I would be big into porn if I watch porn. I avoid porn like the plague because I'm kind of like an alcoholic. So if I start, I would just, that's the only thing I'm doing. I haven't seen it for like decades, right? And the reason I haven't seen it, because of that. She looks freaking gorgeous. I mean, okay, I'm like, who in their right mind wouldn't want to see this woman take off her clothes and have sex? I think that's kind of a normal desire. But I don't do that because I wouldn't stop doing that. Anyway, so apparently she's 33 years old. Let's say this was taken 10 years ago, 23 years old. I don't know. But she's 33 years old. So, no, she's not a minor. This is Deborah Watling in 1967. Does she look like a minor to you? I don't think so. I think this is a reasonably sexualized picture where she looks attractive, right? I think she looks adult. I think she looks sexually available, right? And again, I don't want to burden you with like logic and reason, but again, she's gorgeous, right? She's absolutely gorgeous. Don't want to burden you with logic and reason, but she was also not a minor at all. So we have so it can't be Tom Baker here. It can't be Tom Baker. It can't be in these two people. Yeah, they have a combined age of 51. Oh, listen, I'll go for 19, which is still means you're. Could it be Jodie Bear? Is angry Jodie Bear the minor? Could be. She's only a couple of years old, and I understand she's been discontinued. So here's the thing, and this is where I got to explain the facts of life to Mr. Fluffy. Where babies come from, because he doesn't understand. He really doesn't understand. Here's it. If I did actually want to have let's say I did want to sleep with children. Let's say I wanted to do that. I do not, but let's say that happened, right? So a thing I would need to be able to sleep with anyone, right? I'm a heterosexual male, so I need the other person to have a vagina. Okay, a vagina. Or at least a mouth, right? I mean, listen, I guess, I'm not really into that, but an arsehole will do the trick as well, right? They need to have one of those 3 things. Maybe a hand, let's say it's a hand job. Okay, any of those things. They need to have any of those things. Victoria Waterfield's a fictional character. She doesn't have a vagina. Because she doesn't exist! You freaking moron! Ah, God! Yes, yeah. So Victoria Waterfield does not have a vagina. Why doesn't she have a vagina? She's not real. So I think we're saying that that angry Jodie Bear might actually be. At least I could get a tangible bear and have fun with it. I think is the way to play. Although who would clean all that fur? Mind you. Look, being a Jodie Whittaker bear, that's just going to put me off, right? I mean, if I turn her away from me, right, and do I don't know. I haven't thought through the logistics of it, but yeah. To have sex with somebody, they need to have sexual organs. And to have sexual organs, they need to exist. Okay, I don't know where you didn't pick this. I think all those participation trophies, you missed that in biology class. So let's see how this goes on. Regardless of it, regardless of opinions and perspective, it's not over. perspective that you need a vagina to have heterosexual relations if you're a male, right? You need that to be there, right? That's not an opinion or a perspective. That's saying you're a moron, right? Any of these three factors would make it pretty insidious, gross, creepy behavior. No, what's insidious, gross, creepy behavior is you're a moron. That just leapt to the bait. Oh my god! And you leapt to it so hard. Really? He obviously revels off controversy. No, I revel from owning you, right? This is such an incredible own, right? You've just been, really, you should, yeah. I think it was Oscar Wilde that said it's better to keep one's mouth closed than have everybody around you think you're a fool, which we do. Everybody watching this video is pissing themselves laughing at you right now. It's like, have that mental image. Or unless they're the hate watchers who are crying, who don't like it at all, do they? They don't like being treated the way they treat others. They don't. Why? Because that's a terrible character trait, and that's the only character traits they have. Terrible ones. So somebody answered, so basically he encouraged a targeted harassment campaign, right? So that's God, why? Because he's evil. That's what evil people do. And listen, just so you know, when you try and silence somebody, you're not saying that they're wrong, you're saying that they're right, and you're terrified of what they have to say, right? Which I think is why the whole all you trans activist weirdos who probably don't know anybody trans are just are just so insane about this issue, and you don't want anybody to talk about it. Because I think you're full of crap. Really, I do. I think you're full of crap. This makes me so immensely uncomfortable, says somebody replying. Me as well. Oh, this guy. This guy, he harassed a woman off Twitter. He's attacked minorities. He's not a good person. He's not a good person. I think he's autistic. I think he's actually got some mental issues. He says he's asexual. And listen, if you have an area of your life that is completely non-functional, like a vital area of your life, like your sexuality, you need to get to a doctor. If you're not comfortable in your skin, you need to get to a doctor. This is all the acceptance in the world will not make up for that. You need to be comfortable in your skin. Being cis is the goal. Really, not a bad thing. So he said, me as well. He's just a disgusting creep. Okay. So this other guy then, very, very nicely, puts me in the same breath with Nerdrotic, right? Nerdrotic. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. So then somebody brings up a little bit of reality here, and we really see that they're just completely full of crap, right? Side question. Where does it say that Victoria was a minor? Nowhere. Nowhere on TV whatsoever. It was never, ever stated. And once again, the picture in question is an amalgam of this young lady, this very, very attractive young lady who was a professional actress and a model. What does that mean, you're a model? That means you have to be sexualized in some way or other for your modeling picture. That's why you guys don't like models. You don't like grid girls or all that thing, because you just can't stand there being sexual. But she is right there. I think, which it kind of tears apart your disingenuous argument. So it's half her and half her. Does she look like a minor? I understand she's wearing a school uniform. I don't think this is what the girls are wearing now anymore in school. Right? I don't. I really do not think that's what's going on. But if it is, I might need to go back to school. Okay, in all fairness, I might need to go back to school. Side question. Only asking because I really love the Jamie Victoria's Gavin. It's one of my rare Who ships. Also asking, is Jamie around the similar age? Always definitely report that creep. Don't report the creep. That Photoshop is too evil. I don't think you understand what evil is. So then company answer says, it's never really outright said on the show. That's true. EU confirmed it. Yeah, but we're talking about, accusing a minor of sexual deviance. You may want to cross your T's and dot your I's on that one, right? You might want to have an unassailable case. This is quite an assailable case. But it's obvious she's a minor considering a dynamic with a father and even why not? Excuse me, my daughter is 22? We have a pretty similar dynamic. She's not a minor. Again, unless you're talking about somebody who goes and digs up coal. I don't think that's what you mean. In Evil Dali, leaving the Doctor and Jamie to be adopted by a new family in left by Doctor and a new family in Fear of the Deep. They just basically wrote around. So look, they said that she's a fictional character, so she doesn't have a vagina, right? Doesn't have a vagina. That she wasn't the age they're purporting is. She's played by a sexualized older actress. The picture in general was of two highly sexualized, older actors. So none of that matters. The next guy, that guy who chased this woman off Twitter, said, anyway, it's still creepy, and it got pointed out to him, and he just dug it in his heels. Yes, I think the facts that are, she's not real. She has no vagina. Let's be clear, okay? Here. Do you want to see a picture of Victoria Waterfield's vagina? It's here. Because it's not real. It doesn't exist. Okay, so it's not real. She's not a minor. She's not played by a minor, and it's never stated that she's a minor. And you're hateful bigots who are accusing a Jew of sexual deviancy with nothing at all, which is a traditionally racist behavior. Because you guys are just morons. So then he actually feels the need to really bring us home, this Mr. Fluffy. Reminder to everyone that not only is the character of Victoria a minor, she's not, but Svi also said he wanted to sleep with her. I did. Because she's young and vulnerable and can be easily manipulated. That was a joke. And you don't understand that because you've never had normal human relations, like normative human relations. The erotic adventure of School of Victoria. Yeah, that could be me trolling you and you taking the bait. Because you're a moron! You're an utter moron. So here's where it ends. Here's where I'm ending the video. This was a lot more a moment of personal greatness for me. Something that I'm very, very happy happened. So we have this guy come along again. If I wish I could show you his Twitter picture, he looks like he's 12. Again, I'm sure he's never, ever kissed a girl, right? I'm positive. So he has no clue about human sexuality. He just knows it's dirty. Way to own us. I have. I actually have. By putting an image of a dead woman who's underage character. She's not real. She's not real. No vagina. See, look. Again, here's me licking Victoria's vagina. Because there's nothing there, right? Because tell you, I should have gone with that on the thumbnail. Because there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Because she's not real, right? By putting a dead woman who's underage character you lust over in a schoolgirl outfit. Yeah, because I did that too. Like, you crazy. Okay, let's look at the image again and what she's saying. Rabbi, won't this make the Twitter psychos awfully cross? Yes, it will! Right? I think, yes. You're somewhat proving my point. So he says, clearly says more about us than you, dirtbag. Yeah, it does say a lot more about you. It says a lot more about you. It's not saying anything complimentary, right? Is it saying anything complimentary? Not so much, no. So then a moment of personal greatness for me. Ethan Van Sciver, the great, I haven't blanked out his name, the great, wonderful Ethan Van Sciver, who I have nothing but respect and admiration for. I really do. I like somebody who doesn't bow to bullies, right? I respect strength, and Ethan's a strong person, and we basically are on the same side of the psychological aisle. So he just comes with his wonderful put down and goes, so you're a Twitter psycho? Yes, Ethan. Now, I was just going to reply and go, it would seem so, Ethan. It would seem so, Ethan. But why? Why? I think you said it better than me. So then the guy comes out, so you're defending a nonce. No, again, by calling me a nonce, you have engaged in traditionally racist behavior. Now, I don't know why you and your hate group are indulging in traditionally racist behavior. My guess is because you're traditional racist, right? That's what my guess might be, that you're traditional racist. But whatever. I know you don't understand this. I know you can't get your head around it. But the normal people watching do, and they're pissing themselves laughing at you. So Ethan then came and spoke like a grown up to Mr. Moron. He said, "Yeah, I couldn't care less about this subject or Doctor Who. I don't even know who the girl is." Wouldn't it be great if you didn't? If I didn't as well. I'm just laughing at you taking Twitter psychos as directed at you personally. Yeah. I'm delighted in it too. Thanks for the laugh. Yeah, thanks for the laugh. Yes, Ethan. Thank you all for the laughs. It was wonderful. If this entertained you in any way, which I hope, because it entertained me, go and check out my Indiegogo. Go click the link. Go buy yourself a book. Buy yourself the full package. There's a sale going on now. You can save yourself $5. I think there's like another 29 of those sales left. Snap it up now. It's going well. My name's Sheila Beck, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.